This is my wireless keyboard. As you guys can tell, it does indeed work. But obviously, as it says, I'm going to be doing a teardown on this. So why not get to work? So now I got flipped over, and usually what this means is that this is going to be usually where there's going to be a power right here. So this is usually where power goes in and out. I don't know if that's the case in this situation, because these could just be LEDs right here, and it could just be completely different. But I wouldn't know, so yeah. Alright, so let's start taking this down. So as you guys can probably tell, these screws are what go into like this hole and this hole, this hole, this hole, this hole, and basically all of them except for these two holes there, which are these longer screws. They are all black screws though. So just an observation I thought I'd just see. Honestly, I do not know what this white is on the screws. So yeah, that's just an observation. So now I have all these screws out, and there's a lot of them. These screws are much harder to get out. So like, basically, I just got them untightened as much as you guys can tell. And oh crap, I should probably put these in a better place. I'm done. Yep, that's where I'm gonna put the screws. I'm gonna put them in a better place when I get this open. But I'm trying to untighten it. Untighten it. There we go. That makes sense why it wasn't coming up. There was a screw missing right here. So hopefully when I get this out, it should hopefully open up. It's not untightened all the way. So basically, this is usual for most keyboards for them to actually have two screw holes right here. And I'll show you guys in a second why. Okay, so now we're gonna take that off. Perfect. So the reason why they actually have those screws is to basically apply pressure on this. It doesn't tell when you apply pressure, it's basically holding down. Usually you want to remove this first either way though. It's actually pretty, a little dirty. I don't know if you guys can tell, but that's a little bit dirty. And then this right here, this little sheet, is usually for the LEDs. Basically you guys have your LED strips like all along these like little holes right here, as you guys may be able to tell. You guys probably won't be because it's a little light here, but there's like a little hole right here, and then you guys have like a little strip, an LED strip all the way soldered, either plugged into the board. I don't know which one it is. This one I'm guessing is soldered, because if it isn't, then it usually would have plug-in somewhere over here. And there's also pins where the wire goes, so we'll see. This is the wiring, and it looks like that the wiring and the membrane is just combined together, to be honest. I mean, yeah, so this is basically where the number pad would usually be. Here are the pins. I'm guessing these are actually grips. I don't know what these are actually called. I just usually call them pins. And then here's the board. Never ever seen this type of board. I've seen orange ones, which usually are meant for power supplies. I know that this is technically orange on the back. Also, the LEDs are indeed soldered on, which I do not like. No, if it is an LED keyboard, it is not required to have LEDs. I could rip these out, and it would technically still work as a keyboard, even if I included this or not, as this is what's mostly important to the power supply. So, yeah. And now let's go ahead and reassemble this. Before that, though, basically, this is what it sounds like. Just to have no membrane in. Here's what it looks like from the front. It's just now all down. So, you can tell, just try to lift it back up. It just goes down. Usually it should click back up, but it's not because there's no membrane. So now it's going to reset. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and put it on the power supply. Grab this, put this on top of it. I like to lift it up, but I mean, the fact that I'm holding a camera in one hand and then doing this with the other is much harder. Yeah, I'll be right back, guys. Alright, now that it's actually aligned, usually what I used to do, and it still worked, is I just put this on where like the lines, which as you guys can tell, these 4 little lines, I just put them on towards it, but apparently that's not actually how you're meant to do it. For me, it works both ways. So, I mean, I'll put it the original way, because then it actually looks more new. And put the LED thing back on, and get it aligned as perfect as I possibly can. And we can get the casing on. Okay, now that I think about it, no, I'm not getting the case on. This definitely needs to be on better. So we'll actually get this wire right here in. If I can get it in. Crap. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just get it back to the point we were. Alright, so now we're gonna go and put this on. Because I put all the screws back where, you know, they were. Basically, I just need to try to align everything how it was. So I'm not gonna get that on because not everything is back to aligned how it's meant to be. Basically, how I like to align it. So this method just now is if I just basically lift it up, it's so much harder to move everything. And then when we get the case on, set down with one hand. Crap, there we go. There we go. Now, basically what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to just put in these 2 screws. And I would test it, but to be fair, I don't really want to, you know what? Yeah, I don't really need to test it. So, I'll just get the screws in and I'll be right back when Alright, now I have these screws in. Now I'm going to get the rest of the screws in from here all the way down to here. Alright, as you guys can tell, now these screws are in. Now we're going to get from here all the way down to here. Okay, they're not all screwed in, as you guys can tell, but basically I have them all in their slots. So I can just, you know, screw them in. After that, we can then go ahead and just end the video. Also, this is my second time recording this, which is why you guys will probably see some wear and tear on some of these screws. Especially when you guys take them out. So, basically, that's somewhat the reason why. So, as a side note, yeah. That's just a side note, though. All in all, I'm gonna go ahead and get all these screws on, and then we can end the video, right then and there. So, yeah. Okay, so, I don't have all these in yet, but I'm gonna talk to you guys about my 200 subscriber special, as I'm getting up on 200 subscribers. And basically, it's actually when I'm going to start creating videos again. Obviously, part of it will be in the summer. There will be seasons and updates on the map I am building. And the first episode will be released in February. So, yeah. So, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Actually, before we do go, here's the specifications if anyone was wondering. It is a 5 volt, which is 0.25 amps, apparently. And then the max amount is 0.5 max. So, yeah. If anyone's wondering the specifications, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I think that's it. Yeah, bye.